Hi folks, welcome to your Gersnet immediate post-match reaction pod, coming to you in association with Forest Precision Engineering and Football Prizes. My name's Alec Anderson, nun bel diva dremo levarsio in field de fumo, sull'estrem confine del mare e poi la nave appare. Poi la nave bianca entra nel porto, romba il suo saluto. Vedi è venuto, vedi è venuto. Look, he has arrived, look, he has come. Has he really? Has he really? This is what I've been waiting for. The Rangers fans are like Shosho-san. Up in that hill in Suzuki, sitting on a motorbike playing with organ. No, it was a Yamaha make organs, whatever. And just, it feels like ever since Steven Gerrard left, we've been waiting on that man. We've been waiting for our man. We've been waiting for the guy who's going to come and make everything all right for us and return the love that we give out so blindly. Waiting on my man, up to Lexington, 125. Jeez, I certainly feel more dead than alive today. But we're zombies, aren't we? We're zombies, so of course I would feel more dead than alive. You've been up to Lexington, 125. I'm up to Harlem. I've been to New York a couple of times, and the first time I went up to Harlem, and it's good to be the only white boy. What are you doing uptown? It's good to be the only person of a certain ethnicity, to get a feel what it's like to be in a minority, maybe a bit more appreciative of the situation that people who are in minorities find themselves in countries. So, they need something to cheer themselves up a lot of the time, and that's what's happened again today, which means us Rangers, the majority, the white British nationalists or whatever we are, it's gubbed again. Scottish Cup final. Rangers 0, Celtic 1 in the 150th Scottish Cup final, 130 years after Rangers won our first Scottish Cup by beating Celtic in that final. We have lost 1-0 to Celtic. They do the usual Scottish Cup thing, which is a goal in the 89th minute, 90th minute was it, I think. An absolute sickener, total kick to the teeth. And we are still wondering if we're waiting on that man. Are we still waiting on that man? Mi aspetto gran tempo e non mi pesa la lunga attesa. The first thing that you learn is you've always got to wait. He's never early. He's always late. I'm just, it's an absolute boot to the low danglies, as it has been so often this season. That's what, 5 times we've played Celtic this season. Lost 4, drawn 1. Just not good enough for Rangers, of course. Just not good enough at all. That means they repeat our feat of 3 seasons ago, with the 1 draw in the league, and we beat them the 3 other times, and we also beat them in the Scottish Cup. So it's not as if we haven't done this kind of stuff ourselves recently. It's never happens the way you think it is. Well, it never happens the way you think it will do. You're always thinking, we're going to get hammered because we've been garbage. A lot of folk had kind of thrown the towel in before this game even kicked off. A lot of Rangers supporters, we're going to get stuffed, we're going to get gubbed. It's just not good enough. Just try to protect their emotions. And then you get today and they give you real hope, the performance, but you end up, it just makes it all the more painful. And that's what I'd rather. I'd rather that than being here not that long ago getting horsed 4-0 by them in Scottish Cup semi-finals, as we went through another cavalcade of managers trying to just try to find that man. And it's not just about the manager, it's about the board, it's about the team we can get in around it, directors of football, and all that kind of stuff's been sorted out. I think that is generally getting better. It's genuinely getting better, and the performance today was decent. I don't think, for the neutral, I imagine that was a terrible game, but as a Rangers supporter, there was real hope there. The performance was so much better than anything we've seen of late. I'm just trying to get away from here, to be quite honest with you. It's just horrible. So what's the main thing to talk about? The team, the lineup. Lots of big news in that lineup. Yilmaz did start at left back. I was saying last night I would go for Ross McCausland, and I'd be quite happy for John Lundstrom to start the game. So the two of them are on the bench straight away. Nico Raskin, who I wasn't really that confident about, I didn't see that much that impressed me in his past 2 appearances for Rangers. He was great today. He started in midfield. Todd Cantwell, the other big shout, he comes in, starts at 10. It's Diamande and Raskin, they kind of sit in 2. Cantwell's at 10. We had Dessers up front, and it was Sterling getting pushed over to the right hand side. And I'm thinking, I want Sterling to come into the middle. I wanted him to be kind of sit in midfield. He was in the middle. He was in the wing. He was absolutely everywhere. He was immense. Sterling, Diamande, I thought was tremendous as well. Silva on the left hand side. Balogun and Davis. Leon Balogun made it to play at centre half today alongside Davis. So you're looking like a third choice and a fourth choice centre-half pairing there. Tar, the captain, at right back. Am I doing a lot of It's just to complete the irritation of this day, sorry. And Jack Butland in goals. Listen, my seat was about 5 rows for the front. I was right down the front that way, so it's hard to tell a lot of the stuff. For me, the first half was just red and black socks getting ripped in about white socks, and much the same in the second half as well. But we did that thing. We've been going 2 goals down in these games. The 3 previous league games under Clement against Celtic, we've gone down by 2-0 before we've even started playing. That wasn't happening today at all. Got to half time 0-0. I think we probably won more corners. No clear cut chances that I can really remember. There was a wee moment where I think Ben Davies, the ball came off his hand in the box. I remember that because that's right in front of me. The box at the Rangers end, I think it was played onto his hands or something like that. So just one of these things. That wasn't there wasn't a lot happening in terms of clear cut chances, but the main thing for us as Rangers supporters was noticing that we were going toe to toe, we were getting stuck in. I thought Diomande, Raskin and Dujon Sterling were absolutely immense. They were getting ripped in about it, and Todd Cantwell was doing his bit as well. The details of the game, I'm the most unreliable person in the world usually, and with that view I had today, even more so. Not that you really want to know all about it. Big moment in second half, I come out at half time, and it's Dessers has gone off and Sima is on. Sima playing through the middle, and it felt like we were just getting closer and closer. We're getting more and more corners. I felt as if the Rangers, the Union Bears, the Rangers fans today were absolutely immense. Nearly, I felt as if any support was ever going to suck a goal into the back of the net, it was us today. Really spectacular. I think we totally outdid our opponents when it came to the the pyrotechnics, etc., and the singing was just constant and very, very quiet up the other end. And it felt as if it might go. You think this could happen? And then for the third time this season, a Rangers goal where we take the lead against Celtic is chopped off by VAR. Now, when they were lining up that corner, this is on the hour mark. There was a lot of. It's right in front of me. You actually feel as if you're kind of sitting under the goals with the view I had today in the ground. And you can see players piling on top of each other, lots of jostling. I'm thinking to myself, if this goes in the net, if this ball goes in the back of the net, it's immediately going to be blown for a foul, or it's certainly going to go to VAR. And in the way the ball was bundled over the line, you're thinking that's definitely absolutely going to go to VAR. So of course I was just going absolutely fucking mental, just totally lost my shit, because we need a goal so bad against this mob. We need to get the first goal. That's been the thing in these games. We need to get the first goal. We need to start playing. We started playing properly. We need to start playing early. We started playing earlier today. We played toe to toe at least with Celtic all through the first half, if not the better team, and here we were getting on top of them, this time from a 0-0 position rather than 2-0 down, and it felt as if there's a chance here we've got the first goal, and I think I just had to get it out of the system, just had to let rip. An explosion of emotion. It goes to VAR, so the kind of anti-VAR cult will have at it, the same anti-vax style. I've no idea what it was blown for. What it was called back to VAR for. As soon as Walsh goes to the screen, you're thinking, yeah, it's going to get chopped off. And it's something I've seen so often this season. But if it was a foul, it was a foul, and VAR has picked it up. But you'll know better than me. You'll have seen it in telly just now, so no doubt that'll be the big talking point for the next few days. Maybe no, because Celtic have won. But we'll see what happened with that anyway. But for me, it was a devastating moment when you get ruled out. Even though you're expecting it, you're always worried about VAR. You get moments like VAR got us all the way to the Europa League final with a lot of moments that were totally unexpected, great moments. The game's playing away, suddenly get stopped. We've got a penalty. What happened? And it was a penalty. You're in the lead, and everything's fantastic out the blue. So the negative side of that is sometimes you're going absolutely mental because you think you've scored the goal, and it gets called. It gets called back to. The referee's got to go to the screen and it gets called off, and that's what happened today. And I think that boosted Celtic slightly, and you're worried they're going to go straight up the park and score, because getting off with that one would certainly give them a boost. But we dug in. I thought Rangers were magnificent. They made more substitutions. Scott Wright come on for Cantwell. Who else come on? McCausland come on eventually for Dujon Sterling. Diomande went off. John Lundstrom come on right late at the end. It was, I can't even remember all the substitutions. I'm not really in the mood to remember them, to be honest with you. But I think the whole Rangers team acquitted themselves really well, but that's not good enough. They've got to win these things. They've got to win these games, and it's about a whole season without a win over Celtic. A season in which we have changed our manager And I'm quite willing to give him a bit of leeway because of that. And today the performance was absolutely fantastic, but it's not going to get appreciated. It wasn't fantastic, sorry, it wasn't fantastic by any manner of means. It was so much better than previous performances. It was a more holistic performance from the word go. But when you've got such a bad record, you get no credit for that whatsoever. We needed a win. We needed to win this cup today. It hasn't been. And it's going to be a painful summer, or certainly a summer where we're only going to want to talk about incomings and outgoings and getting as much change as possible to create a new energy. Yeah, we wait a long time. Aspetto gran tempo. Mi pesa la lunga tesa. Yeah, the long way is getting to us. The long way to find kind of stability and find a manager who is confirmed. I think Clermont is the business, but we need confirmation of that through trophies. It's just so, it's an absolute stinker today, an absolute stinker. But we'll come back, we always do. And I think it's worth noting, I know a lot you don't want to hear this, and apologies to all Rangers fans out there listening to this that are about to put their foot through their phone or their laptop or whatever they happen to be listening to this on. In the 2010s, we were in three major cup finals. Three major cup finals. It was an absolute disgrace for Rangers, and two of them were in 2010, 2011 League Cup finals before liquidation had kicked in. In the 2020s, only 2024 now, and what's that, 5? I think that's 5 major cup finals we've been in. We've been in every game we could be at Hampden this season. We've lost the most important one of the lot, obviously, but this is how it happens. It happens without you noticing. I'm going to say it one more time. This is the last time I'll not be doing this anymore on Gersnet. I think you've heard enough of me down years, folks, trying to give the young blood a shot. We've got some guys working for Gersnet who are in their mid-40s and all that, hot studs ready to come in. Maybe we just need some more luck. Maybe we need to get rid of my old unlucky face, get the new boys in to give you some post-match reaction from now on. But I feel as if when we come back into top flight, we were prepared to finish second, so we finished third, and then we start finishing second, and then we're finishing second, getting a bit closer to the top, and it's like you stop paying attention to the fact that for Rangers, there's no way we're going to be chuffed with the fact, we're not finishing third this season, we only finished second. That's fantastic. You're just thinking to yourself, no, this isn't good enough. We want to get it first. The minute you get a sniff of it, we want to take it because we're a massive club, and because there's only one team we've got to beat. But I feel as if this is another one of those steps. Suddenly you realise we're getting to Hampden all the time. We're only losing 1 game out of 4 at Hampden this season. Used to be we were losing semi-finals, and some seasons, the last season we won the league, we didn't get to Hampden at all. So it's wee things like that. We've got to hold on to that. I don't mean cling on to it. I mean hold on to it and see that it is actual progress. And it's just absolutely brutal. Absolutely awful. A horrible day, but who else do you want to support? You don't want to be singing mawkish songs and stuff like that about how lovely you are 2 seconds after telling us Huns to get to fuck. We're all sick of waiting on that man. I've got to say, buon anniversario. Buon 25 gradi anniversario di matrimonio, piccina mogliatina, let's de verbena. Ilario, ti amo. And I'm going to go off now and have a good drink and a good feed with my mate and get this out the system, because the one thing about being my age is it'll be absolutely no time until the new season's starting, and we are back, and we're getting shit done as we will. So this has been a Gersnet immediate post-match reaction production for Rangers Fan Media, written and directed by myself, Alec Anderson, based on an original idea by Colin Armstrong, and produced by Stuart Frankie Franklin. A special word for him, who has let me use the 20 years worth of viewership, audience, trust that he has built up in the Rangers Fan Media community, and he's let me do my own thing, my slightly strange thing of just coming out and talking pish like a Rangers fan. That's all I've ever tried to do, is just let you know how a Rangers fan feels after a Rangers game. A wild format, but a lot of people wouldn't give me the time of day to do that, but Frankie has trusted me with that, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So he's the producer, but the star of this show is you, the Rangers, just the most beautiful, gorgeous people in the world. you big lovely Rangers supporter. I'm sitting in my seat today at half time as a boy Grant gives a shout. The John Lundstrom loyal. Time to hide that flag, Grant. I wasn't backing you up at all. I'm running away now. I wasn't backing you up at all. I said Lundstrom shouldn't get a game today. But Grant, absolutely fantastic, and it's been beautiful doing this. For me, it's just a big therapy thing. You get lots of Rangers fans coming to you and talking to you, and I know there's somewhere I can go where I'm always welcome. And the people, I'm not going to start mentioning some of the people in the YouTube, the feedback under these pods, but it's become like a wee family, a wee community, and it's been lovely, absolutely lovely. And I hope Gersnet, obviously, I hope they'll have me back as a guest, an occasional guest. But it's time for me to end the old immediate post-match reaction pods on Gersnet, and I wish it could have been a much happier occasion. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because we're all Rangers supporters. So, I'll finish with one more anecdote, right? I'm just going to walk up to the boozer here. I'll finish with one more anecdote for you. Hey, listen, you've been listening to this for 4 years, so you'll just sit there and you'll just listen to one more crappy old man anecdote for your Uncle Alec. The first Scottish Cup final I remember was losing 1-0 to Celtic in 1977, watching the telly. It was the first Scottish Cup final to be live in the telly since the 50s, actually, that one. So that's the first one I remember. I was only a 7-year-old at the time, and there was no way that was a penalty. Derek Johnson's supposed to have handled on the line Andy Lynch. Absolutely no way as far as I was concerned. And I still haven't changed my mind on that. And the following year, though, we're going for the treble against Aberdeen. And again, I'd beaten my first Rangers game in 1977 with my aunt and uncle, but we were in the treble in 77, 78, so they weren't wanting to take me to the games. They were too busy enjoying themselves. So I just remember, though, knowing that the game was going to be live on the telly, really looking forward to it. I'm 8 years old, we're playing Aberdeen, the Scottish Cup final, John Greig's going to get to lift the treble and this kind of stuff. I get a telly cover, something I'd noticed my auntie doing when she was watching a game live on the telly. She got my scarf and that all over the top of the television. They'll decorate the telly with rosettes and scarves and stuff. And I think I must have went to the shop around the corner, Alpine Stores, to get myself a bottle of lemonade or something. I was kidding when I was drinking, watching the game. And there was a guy standing at the bus stop. There's a bus stop just outside our house. And this was like, 2:45 or something. I'm thinking, oh my God. He's not going to watch the game. He might be going to the pub to see the game, but I think he'd work gear with him or something. I just remember thinking to myself, imagine not being able to watch Rangers. That must be absolutely terrible. Cut to 30 years later, and we've just got put out the Champions League qualifiers by Kaunas after having reached a European final, a few months earlier. And I'm sitting in the boozer. Rangers are playing Aberdeen at Pittodrie the next day, and I don't have a ticket. I'm not going. I've been to many Scottish Cup finals by this point in time, and then I've seen us losing to and beating Aberdeen in the Scottish Cup final. And I'm in the boozer with a fella I worked with, a lovely boy, Ewan. He'll be the same age as I was then, mind you. And he's a young dude then. He's full of the passion and stuff like that, and really lovely fella, nicer fella you couldn't meet. And big Rangers supporter, Arthur Newman loyal, and I remember him saying, he was really upset, obviously, we'd get put out, we're all upset, put out of Europe by Kaunas, and he was wanting to, I think he was talking about sacking Walter Smith or something like that, and I was going, no way man, that's just totally overreaction, and I just didn't think I've taken out my anger on a poor young guy, or whatever, and I'm saying, no, you've got to learn when you've got a good thing, and don't get rid of it, blah blah blah. And so the two of us get wrecked anyway, and next day, I think the kick-off was about 12:30 next day at Pittodrie. And I get a phone call about 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm still lying in my scratch. He's going, I've got your ticket. I'm giving him a hard time the night before, but it is total Rangers fan, true blue. Get in touch with me to tell me he's got me a ticket for the game. And he's got the Arthur Newman loyal. I may have drunk drove that day. I got some coffees into myself, a massive fry up, quick time. And then it was the old day, 2.5 hours in the car up to Pittodrie. And I don't know what happened in Union Street. I chose to drive along Union Street and just go straight down the shore. And I remember, I don't know, someone held it up. There was some sort of massive hold up with the traffic. And I'm watching time ticking away towards kick-off. It's getting further and further away. And I eventually I get along. It was nothing to do with football. I can't remember what it was. But it's like Ewan's waiting outside the ground for me, and he's got me a ticket. I'm trying to text him while stopping and starting the car and all that. Just go in, mate, just go in. And he's getting back to me going, no, I'll wait for you. So I'm getting out of the car, and I'm even heavy. This is after the 2007-2008 season. Going to Manchester and all that. I think I played 60 odd games. I was nearly 50 of them, home and away in Europe and stuff. And I was doing a a blog at the time as well, just blogging up till 3-4 in the morning after every one of these games. And I was absolutely, I'm morbidly obese just now, but I was even bigger then. And I'm getting out the car and it was roasting. Remember Chris Burke passed out with heat stroke in Aberdeen, Pittodrie. He wasn't the first, I nearly went that day as well. And I'm walking along the shorefront in Aberdeen, just going to cut up towards the old beach end. And Ewan, I've made Ewan late. It's like the game has already kicked off. You're stressed that you're not hungover, totally over emotional. Absolutely, I thought I was about to have a heart attack and stuff like that. And I know I've made somebody who I was giving a hard time the night before. I've embarrassed myself now by making him late for a game that he's had the good grace to get me a ticket for, despite all my moaning the previous evening at him. And eventually I got there and Ewan was waiting for me. He'd missed about half an hour of the game. And he gave me my ticket and in we went and that kind of thing. But just before I cut up, it was at the height of my stress, before I cut up across that kind of pitch and putt course or whatever it is, between the beach and Pittodrie itself, there was this boy, a surfer, that was obviously going to surf. And this was a beautiful man. This was a gorgeous young man. This was like some, straight out of California surf scene. Bronze. You get why they say these people have got bronzed bodies. This guy was absolutely gleaming. He had the blonde hair, he had the kind of hippie look, he had the beads and that on, absolutely cut body, and he's got the surfboard under his arm. I have to set off an alarm here. He's got the surfboard under his arm, and he looked absolutely gorgeous. And I just remember looking at him and thinking to myself, in my 22 stone, stinking of booze, grease coming out all my pores, stressed out my nut, totally embarrassed. I just remember looking at him thinking, what a shame. That guy's not going to see the Rangers.